About time you showed up. All right, I want to know what's going on. I've been trying to get Delgado's attention for, I don't know, 3 years now. And what do I get? Nothing but radio silence. Then out of nowhere, just when Neva and I are closing in on a huge score of our own, Delgado orders me to help you out. Happy? Oh, I'm thrilled. Still, this leaves me with a lot of unknowns, and in our line of work, unknowns get you killed. So Neva's message said you were here for Dombrowski. Was that all she sent you here to do? Or was there something else you were sent here to steal? Fine. Have it your way. Apparently, you have everything under control. So why are you targeting a Gall Bank exec anyway? Not exactly your average Crimson Fleet prey. Why the interest? Playing it safe for now. Okay. I can respect that. But let's make one thing clear. If I'm gonna stick my neck out by helping you get near Dombrowski, I want something in return.
Like him or not, he's the Siren's captain, so his assistance is going to be invaluable. Maybe we should hear what he has to say.
You're insulting my intelligence. Delgado wouldn't send you all the way out here without specifically telling you what you're allowed to offer. I'll tell you what, though. I'm gonna make this extremely inexpensive for you. In fact, you don't have to offer me a single credit. I don't want money. I want back into the Crimson Fleet. It's as simple as that. Fine. You want to play it that way, and suit yourself. Dombrowski's a full-timer aboard the Siren of the Stars. Probably spends more time cruising the space lanes than actually working. Fortunately, the Siren is hosting the Terran Preservation Society charity gala. Larry won't be able to resist showing off his VIP clout. To get what you need, you're gonna have to attend the gala, talk to his fellow philanthropists, and dig up some dirt.
Oh God, I'd rather hunt down Varun's zealots than mingle with those egotistical frauds.
The event's a complete sham. Bunch of rich snobs getting together and throwing a party for themselves. These people couldn't give a damn about Terran preservation or any other charity for that matter. Yeah, well, lucky for you, it's not black tie, so you'll be fine. This card will allow you to access the Starfield ballroom. If you need my help, I'll be relaxing in one of the upper-level lounges. Head inside and mingle with the crowd. No one likes Dombrowski, so they'll be more than happy to share his dirty secrets. Now you're speaking my language. Oh, there's one last thing. Trident equips all of their starliners with the latest acoustic threat detection. Meaning that you lose patience and kill anyone aboard the ship, security will be alerted and all hell will break loose. Anyway, I suppose that's enough to get you started. Good luck. Oh, I know plenty. Been tracking that beauty for months. Neva and I were working out something. Hey, wait a minute. Don't tell me she's sending you after the award alone. Neva must be out of her mind if she thinks she's gonna screw me out of this deal. I can't believe she's trying to cut me out of this deal. Without me, the award never would have ended up here in the first place. She told you to hold that over my head, did she? Oh, that witch. Fine, I'll help. But you're doing all the legwork, and I'm still taking my cut of the payout. So tell me, what's the status of your plan? Okay, Then let me point you to the person in charge of the award. Her name's Sheila Holbrook, and you can probably find her in the Starfield ballroom. I'd press her to reveal where the award's hidden, and we can go from there. And if you're thinking of pulling the trigger on poor Miss Holbrook, remember that any gunfire is gonna set off the ship's alarms. You seriously need to ask. Okay, I'll give you 2 reasons. First, Gold Bank protects their own. Kill Dombrowski, and they send Ecliptic after every Crimson Fleet ship they can find. Not something Delgado wants, I suspect. And second, you offer Gal Bank employee in every single Gal Bank facility in the settled systems will triple their security. I'm gonna guess that won't help with whatever your plans are regarding Gal Bank, now will it? They claim their goal is to celebrate the soul of the Earth, the culture, the people, and the ideals of the past. In their minds, Earth is now dead, which is why they feel that preservation of its remaining aspects is so important. In reality, this is what happens when folks with far too much time and far too much money get together to make themselves feel like they're contributing to society. As long as you remember that I'm getting paid my cut, I'll help you with anything you want. What's the status of your plan? I once saw Neva strip down a UC security ship and sell the parts back to the UC through a shell company. If that doesn't put your concerns to rest, I don't know what will. Now tell me, what about the status of your plan? How can I help? Oh, and while you're at the gala, avoid the canapes. They're frozen, not fresh.
Every day that I wake up in my bunk, I count my blessings to have been pushed into a ship.
You're a guest of Captain Rokov, right? Welcome aboard.
Trident must have spent a fortune equipping this ship with triple redundancy in almost every
These newer
internal
vessels
system.
more or less run autonomously, which doesn't leave much for the crew to do around here.
There's nothing quite like the view from the Starview ballroom. It's breathtaking.
Captain Rokov is one of the most easygoing CEOs I've ever worked under. In fact, he doesn't act much like a captain at all.
I'm sorry. I've done this particular cruise run several times, and I can assure you that the route is quite safe.
Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Yes, I'm extremely busy preparing for the award ceremony, so this better be important. Yes, I am. Actually, I've been entrusted with the transfer of the award for the last 7 of its 9 years. Why do you ask? Well, the Earth Savior Award is one of a kind. The Blue Diamonds alone are irreplaceable. Since we can't produce a new award every year, it's instead passed from one recipient to the next. I supervise the transfer and make certain that there's ample security during transport and at the destination. Yes, it's quite marvelous, isn't it? Absolutely priceless. Alas, I'm afraid you'll just have to wait for the ceremony to see it in all its glory. It's far too valuable to be left anywhere else except the master's safe located at the purser's office. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have much more important things on my agenda than to speak to the likes of you.
I certainly hope they decide to hold all future Society events aboard a Starliner.
For the safety of everyone aboard, please be certain you don't interfere with any of the crew or security. If you have any little ones aboard, story time with Serena will be held in the ship's library this evening.
Hello. Are you a member of the Society?
So,
An
what
open
brings you
bar
aboard?
would have been nice. The considerable amounts of cash that Dombrowski donates is the only reason we allow him to attend Society functions. All I know is that the award is given to whomever contributed the most to the preservation of Earth as a historic landmark. When you join, they send you a small chunk of rock from the Earth itself. I keep mine on my desk. Well, that was boring.
That view is absolutely spectacular, isn't it? Quite a lovely Starliner. Nothing. Dombrowski is married to some poor woman that he constantly leaves behind in New Atlantis when he goes on his business trips. You don't necessarily have to be wealthy to contribute, though the minimum donation level is 5,000 credits. Well, apparently the award is so valuable there's only one in existence. It gets passed to a new winner every year. Enjoy the rest of the event. The society chair is... Have you tried the canopies? Larry likes to drop overly complex words into conversations. I'm sure he knows that it annoys people, but he does it anyway. I heard it's fitted with 12 internally flawless 2-carat blue diamonds. Can you believe that? It's critical that the Society keeps the memories of Earth alive in our hearts. I'm doing my part by attending this spectacular event. Don't forget to donate to the cause.
Here for business or pleasure? Yes, he's some kind of a top dog over at Galbank. I heard he replaced someone that was caught running a fake loan scam. Sheila Holbrook is chair of the award committee this year. The way she dotes over that glorified trophy, you'd think it was her own child. It's a shame that the Earth ended in such a sorry state, but I'm glad the Society has the nerve to do something about it. Nice to have met you.
At the moment, Aurora isn't permitted on Trident Starliners, though we're working on having that changed. If you have any needs, please enter a request into the computer located at the entryway to your cabin.
Here for business? The Society chair has really outdone herself this time. Larry has an A-level executive rating over at Galbank, which means he has access to everyone's accounts at the touch of a button. Sheila Holbrook is chair of the award committee this year. The way she dotes over that glorified trophy, you'd think it was her own child. That's all then? Okay.
Hello. Pleased to make your acquaintance. Nice to have met you.
That view view is absolutely spectacular, isn't it?
Due to an unfortunate accident, we are halting our spacewalk experience for an undetermined amount of time.
So, what brings you aboard? An open bar would have been nice, but he's been spending a lot of time with Claudius Wist. Quality time, if you catch my meaning. I'm certain his wife doesn't know a thing about it. Don't forget to donate to the cause.
Don't forget to keep your Starview pass handy at all times, or you won't have access to the ballroom. If you have any specific requests, please speak to one of the crew's attendants.
I certainly hope they decide to hold all future society events aboard a Starliner. Have you tried the canapé? Enjoy the rest of the event.
Quite a lovely start. Sheila Holbrook is chair of the award committee. Well, that was boring.
So, what brings you aboard?
An open bar would have been nice. Triton's gouging us for every credit we've got.
Sorry, I'm busy. Maybe we'll talk another time. Yeah, can we do this later? I'm busy.
The ship's purser can assist you with any matters regarding the security of your items.
In the event of a lockdown, remember to return to your cabin in a quiet and orderly fashion.
The Society Chair has really outdone herself this time.
I certainly hope they decide to hold all future society events aboard a Starliner.
Hello, are you a member of the Society?
With all the worthy causes and the settled systems, you'd think people wouldn't waste money on these pretentious luxuries.
Sorry, do I know you? Okay, wait, are you seriously... are you trying to pick me up? Look, I appreciate the compliment, but I'm already seeing someone, and my partner doesn't like competition. He gets very jealous. I can't believe this is happening. I told Larry to keep his big mouth shut, but did he listen? No. He had to impress his friends and treat me like a trophy. Look, I've been in this business for a long time, and I know how this game works, so let's skip all the banter and get it over with. What's it gonna take to make us both happy? If I give you dirt on that son of a bitch Dombrowski, all I'm doing is endangering myself. Why would I do that? That's true. You have come this far already. Threats are useless on me. I've heard it all. If you're trying to intimidate me by saying that, it's not gonna work. You know what? Forget it. The price of doing business by slinging mud is way too steep. What else you got? You're not very bright, are you? I'm a grade C3 exec at Galbank. That means my credentials get me into 2 places, the front door and the ladies' room. If that's all you really want, you're certainly welcome to them. You're willing to pay me to give you dirt on Larry? Sorry, I thought I'd end up on the short end of the deal. You know, this whole thing really pisses me off. Larry and I had the perfect scheme worth thousands of credits all worked out, and then he goes and flushes the whole thing down the toilet.
If you're angry at anybody, it should be yourself for getting mixed up in this ridiculous scheme in the first place.
Judge me all you want, lady. At this point, if I'm going down, then all I'm focused on is dragging Larry down with me. I'm not gonna tell you. Let's just say that I'd be sent to prison for a long time if Galbank figured it out. Yeah, I'm getting to that. Larry got together with myself and this other guy, Gabriel Vera. He's some bigwig over at UC Security. I doctored the transactions, Larry wiped them off the system, and Vera kept the legal pressure off of us. We were scamming Galbank for months. It was going well until I discovered Larry was cheating everyone by changing each transaction in his favor before deleting them. I was going to confront him back on Jemison, but then he invited me on this little trip through the stars. All expenses paid, first-class accommodations, the works. I figured, why not wait until I've milked him for every credit he's spending before I drop the hammer? I wish I had some. Maybe you should try talking to Gabriel Vera. He should be around here somewhere. If he doesn't want to cooperate, just mention my name. That should grab his attention. Good luck. You're gonna need it. I wrote a computer algorithm that basically creates a randomized number of false ghost credits that mimic the crypto key of actual credits. Then the algorithm simply passes the ghost credits to whatever legit transfers that the bank transacts. The genuine credits enter a dummy account. The best part is that I also alter the crypto keys as the real cash flows into our accounts. By the time it lands in our pockets, the creds are clean. So, on paper, it appears that all of the bank's transactions are covered, when it's really just our ghosted dummy creds. Genius, right? I hope you hurt Dombrowski. Nail his ass right to the wall.
Please remain in designated passenger areas at all times. Have a safe journey.
Any complaints about your cruise should be directed to one of the staff.
Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Hello. You here for the charity event? Dombrowski, he's the exec holding court over in the VIP area of the ballroom. Yeah, sorry. I work for UC Security, not Galbank. I don't really know him personally. Claudia sent you, did she? Look, friend, I don't know if you're just a little drunk, maybe a touch crazy, or both. Whatever you think you know about me, you're dead wrong. So back off.
You're a liar and an absolute disgrace to the United Colonies.
Don't test me. You have no idea how high up the chain I am with UC Security. Not only can I make you disappear, I can also make sure the settled systems forget you existed in the first place. Just in case you weren't aware, I am the authorities. Anything you try to report will boil down to your word against mine. And since I work for UC Security, who do you think people will believe?
I have something I need to discuss with you. Can I help? Thanks for taking the time to talk. I wanted to ask you about the artifact you found on Bactera. When you pulled it from the rock, held it in your hands for the first time, how did you feel? No, I don't think you understand. I know about the visions, the light, and the music. How did you feel inside? What were your thoughts? Oh my goodness. That must have been terrifying. When it comes to the artifacts, it never ceases to amaze me how the science, well, simply fails. True. But hey, how else would you describe it? The artifacts are so different, so alien, and I'm certain one of them reached out and spoke to you. Quite the mystery. Agreed. Unfortunately, there's no way that I know of to reply, and believe me, I've been trying to gather data on the damn things for years. Not much, I'm afraid. All I have to show for my efforts are eyewitness accounts, scores of inconclusive metallurgical test results, and wild theories. Frustrating? No. Bewildering? Yes. It would be, oh, well, an explorer's dream to solve a mystery like this. I knew I picked the right person for the job. Look, I wanted to thank you for taking the time to talk, and for keeping an open mind. And I also wanted to say, well, I'm pleased we're on this journey together. It's the best decision I've made in quite a long time.
You've had your time to talk. Now piss off.
Quite a lovely Starliner. Nothing but the best for the Society, eh?
You've got something for me?
I saw your little exchange with Vera. Keep that up, and I guarantee that imbecile's gonna demand that you be arrested. I know the guy, he doesn't bluff. But I'd bet my last cred stick he's running scared. There's clearly something going on between Vera Swiss and Dabrowski. But we need hard evidence to use it to our advantage. The problem is he's not gonna talk to you in public. We need to get Vera isolated so he'll spill everything he knows. Yeah, that's smart. Kill Vera, or anyone else involved in his conspiracy, and then Dabrowski heads for the hills. Besides, you really want to ace a member of UC Security and have them breathing down your neck? You'll be the top story on SSNN. No, there has to be a safer way. Smart. If there's an emergency, standard practice is for all passengers to clear the decks and report to their cabins for lockdown. I think the best chance we have would be to tamper with the life support sensors. Manipulate a few controls, and you can fool the monitoring system into thinking there's a life support failure. And there you have your emergency.
Whatever it takes. He's talking about tampering with the only system keeping everyone on this ship alive.
Don't worry. It'll be as easy as it was mingling with the guests at the party. Just throw a few lousy switches and you're done. One more thing. If Chief Engineer Sundin gives you any trouble, tell him I'll erase that gambling debt he owes me. I prefer you use that as a last resort, but hey, what's the harm in losing a few credits when I'm on the brink of rejoining the fleet, right? Anyway, I better start packing. Things are getting hot around here, and won't be long before Trident figures out you had help. On the surface, he's an upstanding citizen of the United Colonies, pretty high up in UC security. Lots of clout with Mast. Underneath, he's a greedy piece of garbage. Given the chance, he'd backstab you for a cret stick and pin the murder on someone else. Come to think of it, if he wasn't such a petty tyrant, he'd probably thrive with the Crimson Fleet. Remember, the moment you shut down that system, the entire ship goes into lockdown mode.
Have you tried the canapes? Horrid. Clusterfull.
Listen, between you and me, the best part of my job is getting a crack at all of the leftovers.
There's some heavy security protecting this area, but judging from the fact that this is the life support control, it certainly makes sense.
Hey, hold up. This area is off limits to passengers. Wait a second. You're Captain Rocko's guest, right? Didn't expect to see you down here. Sorry to give you trouble. What can I do for you? Yeah, a little. A few of the techs call this deck the dungeon. I think you can see why. Not exactly Starliner-class comfort down here. Don't get me wrong. The quiet gives me time to gather my thoughts, catch up on work, and all that, but I'd rather work on the bridge. I'm the Siren's chief engineer. Trident put me in charge of the entire tech team. We do our best to keep the ship running smoothly and efficiently. Of course, this beauty is a cutting-edge piece of spacecraft design. Almost everything has triple redundancy, like the life support system. Unfortunately, that means there's quite a bit of downtime. Could be worse, though, right? Oh, sorry, that area's off limits. No exceptions. All right. No need to get pushy about it. Captain Rocco sure picks some weird friends. Tell you what. I'm just going to step out for a bit and stretch my legs. Maybe you can hold this for me while I'm away? I'm the Siren's chief engineer. Trident put me in charge of the entire tech team. We do our best to keep the ship running smoothly and efficiently. Of course, this beauty is a cutting-edge piece of spacecraft design. Almost everything has triple redundancy, like the life support system. Unfortunately, that means there's quite a bit of downtime. Could be worse, though, right? Remember not to touch anything, please.
Please report to your cabins in an orderly fashion and remain there until you receive further instructions.
Well, it appears that we've definitely ruined the party. Everyone's gone.
There's no cause for alarm. I'm sure this is just a minor malfunction or a drill.
This must be where the passengers store their valuables while the siren is underway.
Passengers, may I have your attention, please? The captain
Can you believe the size of this cabin? It's large enough to accommodate a family of 12. What a ridiculous waste of space.
Until you receive further instructions.
I was wondering if you were the cause of the ship-wide emergency. It's time you stop playing games and tell me why you're here. I always took him for a fool, but I can't believe he's stupid enough to have gotten mixed up with the Crimson Fleet. Still, why would I possibly want to incriminate myself by handing over any evidence? What the hell?
It appears that we've definitely ruined the party. Everyone's gone.
security team would appreciate if you please shelter your...
Can you believe the size of this cabin? It's large enough to accommodate a family of 12.
I was wondering if you were the
What a
cause of the
ridiculous
ship-wide
waste of space.
emergency. It's time you stop playing games and tell me why you're here. I always took him for a fool, but I can't believe he's stupid enough to have gotten mixed up with the Crimson Fleet. Still, why would I possibly want to incriminate myself by handing over any evidence? Claudia said that. You sure? Damn it! That means my money's already gone, and Dombrowski's going to walk away with a fortune. I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't want to end up on the Crimson Fleet's shit list. But if I give you that information and it falls into the wrong hands, I'll end up in jail. This is a lose-lose situation for me.
Please report to your cabins in an orderly fashion and remain there until
At least I walk away with something. All right, you have yourself a deal. Here, with this slate and this recording to tie it all together, you'll be able to nail his ass to the wall. He'll do whatever you want. Just remember that you promised to leave me out of it. Just because I'm helping you nail Dombrowski doesn't mean I'm turning my back on UC security. How else am I going to ensure that he ends up behind bars when all this comes crashing down? No, you can leave me out of your merry little band of pirates, thank you very much. You better tell Dombrowski to run, because if you don't kill him, I will.
Siren of the Stars is now in emergency status. Please remain calm and proceed to your cabin.
All passengers, may I have your attention, please? The captain has declared a ship-wide emergency. Please report to your cabins in an orderly fashion and remain there until you receive further instructions.
Well, well. You must be the one who's been accosting Claudia and Gabriel. I'm uncertain what you hope to accomplish here, but it appears we should rapidly enter into some sort of negotiation. Au contraire, my misguided friend. There's a bargain that needs to be hammered out, and you will listen to the facts before we proceed. First, it's clear that you've obtained insider knowledge of my arrangement to defraud Galbank. The means and the method, perhaps, but not the motive. And second, I'm going to hypothesize that my compatriots are despondent regarding their share and have assisted you with this endeavor, Since we're speaking and I'm not at the reporting end of a bullet, this leads me to conclude that you desire something personal from me. I see. That certainly places a damper on our negotiations. Perhaps I can hasten my diatribe to temper your violence-ridden contribution. In blunt terms, you have compromising materials about me in your possession. The only thing I have to offer in return are my GalBank credentials. I assume that's what you've been angling for all along?
Oh, do get on with this. There's only so long I can stand being in the presence of this pig.
Obviously, that wouldn't be my preference, but I have little choice. Though Larry Dombrowski will be mysteriously vanishing after this cruise, and possession of the credentials becomes ludicrous at that point. Splendid. It appears we've reached an accord. Wait, I'm sorry. Let me simplify that for you. Oh, of course, I trust you'll understand if I ask for us to avoid any further contact.
May I have your attention, please?
Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to formulate how I'm going to utterly ruin two very annoying business associates. Good day.
And remain there until you receive...
No! Please!
Set aside anything useful and just leave the rest.
Going for it! God, man!
Well, well. You must be the one who's been accosting Claudia and Gabriel. I'm uncertain what you hope to accomplish here, but it appears we should rapidly enter into some sort of negotiation. No! Please!
Hope you're ready to die.
All passengers, may I have your attention, please? The captain has declared a ship-wide
Looks
emergency.
like we're in the clear.
Please report to your cabins in an orderly fashion and remain there until you receive further instructions.
No! Please!
Set aside anything useful and just leave the rest.
What was that?
Get away!
Well, Well, you must be the one. I'm uncertain what you hope to accomplish here, but it appears we should wrap it. Excellent, excellent. So, before we begin, let's review the facts. First, it's clear, and second, I'm going to, since we're speaking and I'm not at the reporting end, I pride myself on having an intensely thorough education, though I'd hardly call myself a professor. Though I'm sure that your compliment also meant you were having trouble understanding what I've been saying.
All passengers,
In blunt
may I have
terms,
your attention, please?
you have compromising
The captain
materials
has
about me
declared
in
a
your
ship-wide
possession.
emergency.
The only thing I have
Please
to
report
offer
to your
in
cabins
return
in
are
an
my
orderly
Gal Bank
fashion,
credentials.
and remain there until you receive
I
further
assume that's what you've been
instructions.
angling for all along?
Oh, do get on with this. There's only so long I can stand.
Splendid. It appears we've reached an accord. Wait, I'm sorry. Let me simplify that for you. It sounds like we have a deal. Oh, of course, I trust you'll understand if I ask for us to avoid any further contact. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to formulate how I'm going to utterly ruin two very annoying business associates. Good day.
This ship is in a state of emergency. Please return to your cabin immediately.
Well, looks like everything worked out, just like we planned. You must be joking. After this little stunt I helped you pull, I'm certain Trident's going to rip up my captain's contract. I've got nowhere else to go, so I'm fully expecting that you'll put in a good word for me with Delgado. You know, I'm still wondering exactly what you needed those credentials for. You feel like telling me, partner?
And remain there until you receive further instructions.
I usually have a nose for these things, but in your case, it's a mystery. Very frustrating. Whatever the case may be, it's apparently worth risking your life over. That's telling me it involves a lot of money. That also means I want in. Of course. I understand completely. Anyway, I suppose there's nothing stopping me from rejoining the fleet now. It's been a long time coming. I owe you one, Doverleach. Yeah, I'm a bit short in that department myself. Perhaps I can pay you back later in some other way. Just look for me on the key, and I'll see what I can do. Well, I suppose this is where we part company. Hopefully the next time we meet, we'll be aboard the key.
All passengers, may I have your attention,
Passengers are being asked
please?
to return to their cabins
The captain has declared a ship-wide emergency. Please report to your cabins in an orderly fashion.
You know that doesn't belong to you, right?
All passengers, may I have your attention, please? The captain has declared a ship-wide emergency.
Don't worry. The ship is equipped with 2 backups for the life support system. Everything will be fine.
Big
Put that back.
mistake.